All right, this is Buddy Morrow again with CITA Rescue Mission, Christ is the Answer. And I have the pleasure of having Tanya Salter with us. She's the director over at our Women and Children's Shelter. She started from the ground up, came in and put the programs together and everything, done a wonderful job over there. And Tanya, tell us a little bit maybe about yourself and tell us what's going on over at the Women and Children's Shelter, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Buddy, for giving me a chance to speak here. My name's Tanya, and I have a variety of experience in different ministries with local church ministry and residential group home. Used to have a private practice in counseling. So a lot of different things brought me to where I am right now. And it has been an absolute joy, Buddy, to work on this program, to figure out how we're going to get people from point A to point B. And at Helen's House, we've started doing that, and we're starting to see the benefits of what now, almost 2 years working into getting this program up. And it is just wonderful to see the little miracles day by day. And what's very interesting about Helen's House, opposed to some other ministries that do the same thing, is us not taking any federal or state funding. And so that does two things. I like to think of us as a multiplier, because then there's more money in the community with the federal and state dollars going to others. And then we raise some money and then take care of a different need that some of those other agencies are not taking care of. And so it's been a miracle after a miracle. And talking about having a brand new facility when so many of our facilities for homelessness has been revamped hotels, revamped warehouses, old hotels, to have a brand new building is just incredible. And what's even more special than that is actually having a building that's brand new, that's completely paid for.
That's right.
You know, not to have to worry about that line item every budget, every month, like, oh, where's the rent money going to come from? That's already taken care of, which allows us to multiply even more.
Certainly.
Just because of the generosity of the community that we live in.
It's only because of the community we're able to do this.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And community is one of those big things that we talk a lot about at Helen's House. Mm-hmm. So many people that have homelessness, whether it's through addiction, poor choices, a divorce, a death in the family, mental health issues, all of those things tend to make you less connected to your community. So at Helen's House, we want our ladies and our children to experience community.
Yes.
Community, when you have community, oh my goodness, you feel like you belong. The hopelessness disappears. The depression disappears because somebody cares. And being in community is more than just having somebody say, hey, I love ya. It's also knowing that you have somebody that has your back that is like, I think you're making a wrong step.
Ooh.
You know? You might want to reconsider that, right? Before it really hurts, right?
With love.
With love, absolutely, with love. And I think it's important, so at Helen's House, we have a program called Imagine Hope Restored. And it's based on what I like to call the Psalm 31-34 principle. And in Psalm 31, we see King David at some of his lowest points, right? Where he's like, I was like a madman. My neighbors wouldn't even look at me. And I was like a dead man. I think some of our homeless people can relate to that. Being forgotten by society and people just turning that blind eye. It's like, oh, somebody's coming here, look the other way, So we want to take them from that point of desperation to Psalm 34, where King David is soaring. And in verse 8 it says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good."
Amen.
Blessed is them that puts his trust in God. And to get them to that point, oh my goodness, there's community now. There's hope now. There's a future that seems so dim to begin with. So I'm just so proud of the ladies that have come into our program. They have worked their tails off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's no other way to put it. When you come into a place with nothing, and then you're ready to leave with a car, with a savings account, with a signed lease, right? I mean, some of us take that for granted, but that is huge. Huge. And it's hard to do, especially in this economy,
Oh, yeah.
right? I mean, here in Brevard and Palm Bay, there's the shortage of affordable housing, right? Well, money's dry up to put people in affordable housing, right? So at Helen's house, we're trying to take a slightly different approach to it. While if we can find affordable housing, we're going to grab onto it. But what I'd like to see our ladies do is increase their earning potential.
I know that's been a big point of yours.
Yes.
You know, and them getting education, getting training, things like that. You know, that's one of the big aspects of the ministry over there.
Oh, absolutely. Because if we can help them increase their skills, that's going to increase their earning wage, maybe to a living wage, where they don't need the next government subsidy. They don't need to stand in somebody else's line,
Oh, wow.
right? Now, those lines are great. They help us when we're really down and out. But let's give our people some dignity
I like
where
that.
they can do it for themselves.
One of the things that you said 2 years in the works, and you've been working on it for 2 years. We've actually only been open a year over there.
Right.
It's a little over a year now, and you know this vision started back pre-COVID,
Yes.
and so it's come full scale. And what amazes me is that some of the great volunteers that we have over there.
Oh my, we could not do
Couldn't
what
do
we do without our
I
volunteers.
tell you.
And to me, that is a big piece to the answer to this homeless problem. Because there's not enough money for the staffing, let alone the books and everything else. Our volunteers pour into our ladies. Our volunteers make sure that the desk is covered. Our volunteers pray for our ladies.
That's it.
And our volunteers do life with our ladies.
They do life, and they do as Jesus taught us.
Oh,
they love
absolutely.
them,
Absolutely.
you know, and where Jesus showed up, it was always with love. It was with concern. It was with care. And I see that in every one of our volunteers over there.
Absolutely.
And, you know, one of the things, let's talk a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you
Ooh.
what. Yeah, the rain started back again.
Yeah.
Amy and I have been wet awful lot today. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a dry pair of underwear right now. But anyway, getting back to it, we see some of the ladies that have come in over there, and I've watched them grow, and just totally different. But we've had to change.
Yes.
And we were talking a little bit tonight with Amber with the coalition and other things, how sometimes we just have to make changes in our program.
Absolutely.
And I think when we started, we said we weren't going to take babies. And
Yeah.
our first Christmas, just a few months after we opened, here comes a board member and my wife with a baby, a mom and a baby. And so
Yeah.
we started taking babies.
Yeah.
And just this past week, we've had
Yeah.
our first baby born over there.
Yeah. So we have a mama with 7 children, and that has stretched my volunteers because we're not used to, you know, the needs of little children, right? So now we have to step it up a notch
Wow.
to make sure they're taken care of. And not only do we have that newborn, but this mama has 4 kids under the age of 3.
Wow.
No,
Really?
4.
4.
Yeah. And then 3 older children. So one mama, 7 children, no place to go. Do we turn them out because they have a baby? No. We got to make it happen. And then we have another lady that we found out after she ended. They always tell us after they come into the program. We have another lady who's pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, what do? Do we say, oh, sorry, can't help you, there's the street? No. We got to take the hit ourselves to make a possible path for those mamas. Because those children are dependent on those mamas.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So, I know that you run the place mostly with volunteers over there. We
Absolutely.
have very few paid staff over there, and we couldn't do it without them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you have a volunteer training coming up here pretty soon. Or
Yes, I do.
yes. And so we were just talking. I was talking with Nancy with the Palm Bay Chamber a little while ago, and she began talking about volunteering and getting involved. And whether it's CITA Rescue Mission or New Life Mission and all of us can use volunteers.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we'll put your information out there. All you have to do is go to our website and look at CITA Rescue Mission. .org, and Tanya's information for Helen's house is on there. And if you'd like to consider volunteering over there, they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. And it's not scary. We do training so that it takes the fear away, right? We talk to all of our volunteers on what trauma-informed care is. Just a scary word that says, you know, when we're traumatized, we might act a little different. How do you love somebody who's been traumatized? You know, don't just walk up to them and give them a hug. They might not want that, right? So those are some of those things that we discuss in confidentiality, and we can do it, buddy. I got it down to 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. We can have somebody trained and ready to go.
All right.
So
if you're looking for something to do and you have some time, go to our website, get in touch with Tanya. If you want to help over at New Life, go to their website and give them a call. They could use as many volunteers as we could because we get it done with volunteers. We really do.
Absolutely.